Hello fellow developers, welcome back to the TechRakshit. I'm Amit, and in this video, let's talk about a new JavaScript concept, and this time I will be discussing about primitive data types in JavaScript. So let's get started. Alright, so there are around 7 primitive data types in JavaScript, and those are string, number, boolean, big integer, undefined, symbol, and null. Now, how do you define that? So for string, this is very simple. We'll just simple call this string method, or we can simply add this. These are string literal things like my string. So this is a string. Also, if we come to number, you can call a number as like number one equal to anything, any number, and that's it. You can define it. Coming back to boolean, this is also is true. Yeah, it is true. Simple true or false, like that. You can simply do that. Nothing very fancy, easy peasy. Big integer, this is a new thing. So for that you need to do this big num equal to big integer. This is a constructor and we will provide 2 to the power 64. Undefined is as simple as that. Like if you do not provide it anything, on init, so uninitialized thing. So this is simple, undefined, that is it. Now coming to the symbol, you can define symbol using a function or the constructor sim1, and this is symbol. You can provide a descriptor maybe, but that is fine. Our easy peasy fancy foo. And null is a data type. So if you null object or null dt data type maybe, so this is null, as simple as that. With these string literals, you can simply create all these data types or variables. Now what is the difference between a primitive data type and a non-primitive data type? Now everything in JavaScript is treated as object, or when we are simply doing this, you can, if you check here, you can call these methods like char at, code point at, all this stuff. So it will feel like this data is an object. But what JavaScript internally does, it creates a box around this. This is still a primitive data type and it is not an object. So I'll simply console or print the type of this thing. So type of is an operator of this string. So if you simply grow, and also I'll also want to print the value of it so that we know which value is what. Coming to it, my string, see, coming back to it, this is my string and the data type is string, as simple as that. Now what you cannot do with primitive data type is you cannot do this like string.foo with, we cannot add one more key value pair along with this string. Although the string object, not string object, although the string variable or str variable, we are thinking as if this is an object because we can actually get all the methods. We can access these methods like char at, code point at, concat, and anything. Also the length, this is an, what do you call it, a property maybe. It feels like a property and it is a property, but eventually you cannot assign a new value to it. Like you cannot do it foo equal to bar, you cannot do it. So if you simply print the value of let's say string dot foo maybe, foo, and guess it, what should be the value of this before I jump and show you what is the value. This will simply print undefined. So for primitive data types, you cannot do it. Be it a array, if it was an array or a object maybe, then you could have done that. Objects are very simple because objects are built for that, but string or any data types you cannot do it. For number also you cannot do it. So if we simply borrow this line and maybe we'll come copy it here. Do not want to type much. Num1 and then num1 and let's see what is the value. This time this is the number and the data type is number. Similarly, if we just simply want to print for others also, and this will be very similar. In this case this is true. You have to print true for sure. Yeah, this is the true and the type is boolean. Coming to BigInt, console.log bignum, type of bignum, and this the number is 128n and BigInt. So int stands for the big integer thing. Doesn't matter what you are doing, it will anyway print you. So if we just simply change it to 256, it will eventually print 256n. Now let's do 2. Okay, I think previously it was only one asterisk, so it was the multiple. Now this time this is BigInt. Alright, so now coming to this uninit, so I'll simply console not confirm console.log, then printing uninit and also the type of uninit. See, this is undefined. Undefined is the value and the type is undefined. Cool. Coming to the symbol, console.log. This is I think the least used data type in JavaScript, because in my career I haven't used it yet. Maybe some of you are using. Please do let me know how you are using symbol. I do not really know how to use it. But anyway, symbol, and then this is the type is symbol. And the last thing is, this is a little tricky one. If you simply print the null data type, it will print null, but the type of nullity, this should be an object. This is an object. But can we do the same operation with null? Let's check. Foo equal to bar, and we also want to print it. We also want to print the nullity dot foo. Cool. Cannot set properties of null, setting foo. So this is exactly the primitive data type. Although it is in previous case it showed you that this is object, or the type of a null is object, but you cannot do this operation. You cannot assign or set a value of null object to something. For all of these data types you cannot set anything like this, like string.foo or that particular variable dot a key value pair. We cannot assign that. So that is why these are called primitive data types. And I think that is it for this video, and in the next video we'll talk about non-primitive data types also. Thank you very much.